Good afternoon, folks. As I said in the chat, we still have ads going for another 2 minutes, but then we will get rolling. I did even start up Genshin Impact before the stream started, so that we can roll right into that. I do have some sad news, which I will repeat if there is no one here to react to it, because I'm sad about it. The USB port that my side monitor is powered off of seems to be being finicky. Songville says she's been cursed with an ad. Where's your Prime sub? Welcome to the stream. I guess if she's in an ad, she can't hear me asking her where her Prime sub is. Ugh. Songville says that she has re-upped her Prime sub, so now she will have curse protection again. Yes. I don't know if you can hear me now. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me soon. Songville says, apparently it's her 10th month sub anniversary. Thank you. Songville says, why is English so random about when it does double letters or not? There's probably a reason for that. I don't know what it is offhand, but it might have something to do with Latin. It might have something to do with who was running the printing presses and what language they also spoke or understood how it was written. I know that is the case with, like, GH in Ghost. There also used to be an H in Girl, and it had to do with Flemish folks were the ones operating the presses at the time, so they were deciding how things were spelt. And in Flemish, you do that. Ninipion says hello, hello, Ninipion, welcome in. Songville, for once, was stuck in the ads, so I'm really not sure if she's still there or not. Speak to us, those of you who were lost in the ads. Have you come back into this realm? I paused for just a second because I'm writing a roleplay post. Welcome back, Ninipion says lol. Indeed. As you can see, though, we don't have to wait today, as I even set up the game all the way to be in. So I am all ready to go, even though I'm less ready to go in person. You know what I mean? Nipion says, Starsworn, there's an N joke with the Pokemon TCG, and you wish you could tell. Yeah, absolutely do not tell me that. Do not taint N for me, please. I saw a piece of fan art one time that, like, still appears, like, the concept of it appears rent-free in my head. Actually, that's true for Enharmonia, and it's also true for one of Optimus Prime, I think. Yeah, there's an Optimus one, and then there's another Transformers character where, like, the N one I saw in DeviantArt, the two Transformers characters I happened to see on Tumblr, and all three of those images, like, still, I mean, it's been, let's see, it's been more than 10 years, maybe in the case of the N one, it's been 15 years, and these things still pop up into my head and bother me to this day, so please do not tell me the N joke. Thank you for respecting that. It actually will never leave me alone, and that's part of the reason that running into stuff for even just a moment is a problem, because it doesn't go away for me. Controller's asleep. Let's wake that back up. Songwell says she's free of ads, and it's telling her that if she watched 2 more days this week, she'll get some kind of weekly rewards. I had that when I was in the Ferret Software Discord, or not, sorry, Twitch chat, so I wonder what that means. I don't know. Ninny Pound says it's so hard because it's just so unintentionally funny. Yeah, and I get that, like, most people do think it's funny. For me, it's just really, really upsetting. And I've been really lucky. For the most part, the N one was just so weird that it doesn't really bother me. The one Transformers one was just kind of gross, but I guess vaguely in character if you think that's possible for them. So whatever, I guess. They weren't one of my favorite characters, but the Optimus one bothered me for a long time, and I genuinely think it contributed to Transformers no longer being as much of the one thing you get to talk about when you talk to me, so. I'm glad you're having fun, but yeah, I absolutely need to not know. Songwell says it's creepy how Paimon moves, but the Traveler is frozen. I think the menus are Paimon's brain. I think all of the menus are actually Paimon. Anyway, did any of you get to hear my sadness about my USB port? The USB port on the left that I used to power my new side monitor is being finicky. I'm beginning to think that, you know, I thought the cooling pad was what damaged my laptop. I'm beginning to think that, like, the solders on the USB ports on my laptop are actually just bad. If it wasn't plugged in, like, just right, it kept, like, turning the monitor on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Very annoying. Alright, well, we are here for Genshin Impact for a couple of hours today. Let's see, Songvale, what time do you think I need to be to your house by for us to be able to shoot archery with the new bow? Thank you for banning.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts.
Ah, yes, I remember. So we were talking to different people in the village who had had their vision taken, and kind of reminding them of what their really life's purpose was, or like just kind of helping cure them of like their apathy. And we have helped just like the town guy everybody loved, who was waiting for somebody that he loved. We have helped the samurai who was buying supplies with his own money. And now it looks like we are talking to the third person. I think we are being convinced that we should be a hero and help by the person who asked us to do this before we moved on and continued looking for our sister. Songo says technically she thinks we can still shoot at 8 p.m. Okay. So I think if I do a full 2 hours of stream total, and then just quickly pack and get out the door, it will work. We should still be able to do a 2-hour stream today. Right? Yeah. So I will be done streaming in like right before 6 our time. And then I have like 20 minutes to pack up, drive to you, get to you by like 6:50, and then we should have a little bit to shoot before 8. That would be good. Okay. Longwell said that she forgot to do something important with the laundry and will be gone for 5 minutes. So probably everything I just said about our logistical plans she did not get to hear. Welcome back, Songvale.
Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
There was someone who was
Don't worry. Sensei will be fine.
You took the vision of someone who is a professional artist or craftsperson? They are fricked. Songwell said, yeah, she didn't get to hear anything at all. Basically, I was just saying that I'll stream for 2 hours and then hopefully get to you by 6:50 p.m. and we can shoot some. Possibly Animals should be done before I get there, though. And then we can just walk from my car right out to the shoot spot.
Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
What a line. Oh my goodness.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
We're here to become disciples.
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Make-Yo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here.
No.
Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert.
In fairness, if you see cosplayers out and about, it's a 50-50 as to whether, like, they're the cool... Actually, it's probably more, like, 60-40, 70-30, that, like, they're good people versus they're going to cause a problem. Because they're not socially skilled and mindful. So fair enough. Fair enough.
You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being.
We can wait till he's recovered.
I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
Sure.
Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight.
I don't know why I guess Paimon did say that the next person was a sword master, but they must have used the word craft a couple of times or something because I suddenly thought he was an artist. But, no, they meant art of sword and swordsmanship.
He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit.
Well...
So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism.
I feel like it's less that he's possessed and more that he's been made empty. You know, the issue is not that he's full of something foreign, the issue is that he's empty of himself.
But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
Understandable.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
Hello, Photon Debugger. Welcome to the stream. The final Genshin Thursday for a while. Ninipion says, what's more likely, his vision was taken away or possession? I mean, I guess within this world it's possible there's both, but given what we've already seen, I think he has apathetic depression because somebody took his vision. Ninipion says, something you know just happened or something you're guessing at? I'm not sure. Photon says, finally got to Inazuma. Yes, we did.
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
I guess I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I doubt, in terms of the story, I kind of doubt he's possessed. But on the other hand, I feel like being made empty, like losing your own soul, losing your own sense of self, it creates a void. And so that's depression, but then obviously it also leaves a lot of room for something else to come in instead. So I do think losing your vision could make you more susceptible to possession, even if I don't know that I think that's what we're going to figure out happened here.
Windblade!
So sorry for that. I'm sure you know what happened. R.I.P. anybody who's on headphones, I'm so sorry. The microphone just decided it was going to the floor, and I caught it, but not before it smacked. The first dented my table. 3. Oh. Songwill says, did I drop my mic on myself? No, it decided to fall. I don't know if I bumped it or what, but it fell and hit the table and Windblade. Nidipyon says, she's wearing headphones and it wasn't bad, just a weird whoop. Well, that's good to hear. I did not mean to hurt your ears, so I'm glad to hear that you are okay.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness.
I think we've been here, so he's been pretty quiet about that madness.
Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's, his senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since.
That seems kind of odd to be soul-crushing. You'd think if you wanted to be somebody's student, you would expect that they were better than you? There must be context we don't have.
Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue.
I feel like she's probably in on the con if this is a whole campaign being undertaken by the deity in this area.
The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon.
Sango says no, Anzai was the senior one, it sounded like. They were disciples of the same school. Okay, I thought he was saying that he was a senior disciple of Sensei here. And so, like, he was the senior of Junya, but not of the Swordmaster.
Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh?
It's always funny, like, when I'm watching streams and the streamer clearly misses a story beat or an instruction for a game mechanic, and as you're watching it, you're like, this person is so dumb. How did they miss that? And then I'm listening to the dialogue from the cutscenes, and yet I still end up getting confused about what's going on when it's like, they just said this 15 seconds ago. It's not acted. I actually just can't remember. I think maybe streaming creates some form of, like, brain fog illness.
Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them.
I feel like this is Sensei running away.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
I think this is the Sword Master.
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Ninipyeon says, pretty sure that was the guy getting the exorcism. Songville says they exorcised him right out of the building, and then he was getting some exercise running up a ramp.
Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does.
Oh.
Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
This is Anzai, I bet.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you?
The other
And
guy.
what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Songville
You
agrees,
seem
maybe
like
this is Anzai,
bad
yes.
news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
Oh, Songville was correct.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai, yes, that's me.
So why did you run?
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again.
Skulking around his house, then, is an odd choice.
When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together.
Songville says she's always right. You could be always right about an RP post. Always writing an RP post. Ninipyeon agrees, so why were you at his house? Yeah.
I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world.
Songville says, imagine going to someone's house and then getting mad about seeing them there.
Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
What?
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Sungwoo says, I wanted to see him for myself, but I never wanted to see him again, so I went to his house. Yeah. This guy has some feelings he has not worked out about this old rival. I hate you, but I need to know what happens to you. Nanny Pyeon says maybe he didn't see him, he just heard them. That's not seeing him. Yeah, I guess. I still feel like if I never want to see someone again, it's not per se that the mere sight of them alone is the problem. Like, if I don't want to see someone ever again, like, what I mean is I don't want the concept of them to ever interact with my life in any way, shape, or form ever again. Sungwoo says that she does not think that the seeing versus hearing him is the sort of carefully calibrated distinction this guy would employ. Yeah, I think he's conflicted.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
No, he's empty.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But
Yep.
how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Yeah, your god is evil.
Nanako, please, try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon.
Songbyo wants to correct me. I said that she thinks this does not sound like the sort of guy, but I thought she was insulting his intelligence, but she wants to clarify that she does think that actually this weird threading of the needle fits his personality. My apologies for misrepresenting you, but now, forever, in the VOD, your real opinion is preserved.
But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty.
She says that she's insulting his integrity. Alright, fair enough.
And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
But it said Lady Yes.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news. Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
For a second, I misread her name or misheard it as Miss Unagi, like her name was Miss Eel. And I was like, wow, is she like slimy and evil? Is that what they're trying to imply here?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting.
Songbirl says Inagi has a very smooth voice. Her voice actually, like the texture of it reminds me of your voice, but your voice is much like lower and you enunciate more, but it has the same level of smoothness when we're in voice chat.
I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstood. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
And I will gladly join you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Oh no! We are at the point of the story when we have to do other stories. Alright. So, I think it said we need to do this one. So we will take a look at that first. We just still have to go up to the shrine. Here. So what we're gonna do is I'll teleport here, we'll head north and get that waypoint, and then also we will, from there, climb up the mountain. And we will see, hopefully whatever this side, the way it's like titled makes me think it's like unlocking more side quest content. So hopefully we can do that fairly quickly and get back to the story that we are actually trying to play through. I think, like, part of the problem, and maybe this comes back to, like, my sense that I, like, I'm air quoting, like, too behind to start Genshin Impact, is that I think some of the pacing probably worked better when all this content wasn't out originally, like from an in-universe perspective, where the problem was pressing and so you wanted to work on it, but like the next content update was not out yet, and so it actually, like, you had a lot of downtime to go do side stuff in a way that didn't feel like, I don't know, I'm just gonna ignore major problems and go do what I want. I think it is probably the case that at least sometimes it might not have felt like you were ignoring meaningful problems and doing random side things. I also think the reality is just like I can't climb trees adequately. I also think the reality is just that, like, I'm not very good at just getting sucked into a game for hours and hours. And so things that are a little bit more bite-sized just tend to be easier to wrangle my focus into doing. And so it feels weird to, like, have to do all this side stuff, because I'm like, no, the story says go forward, and I only have a couple hours a week that I can dedicate to this. So I don't just want to hang out, like, I want to see what happens in the story. But anyway, we've rambled about all that before, I'm sure. I think the teleport is going to be up a little bit. We gotta climb. We don't have to climb too much. And, like, the issue with climbing is just that I'm not sure how much stamina bar we have. I have not made more food. You stand up, please? No? Okay. Ooh. Hope your ankle's okay, dude. That's not a good... doesn't look good for your ankle. climb up here? I think so. Yes, great, okay. That said, I spent a couple hours playing Pokopia yesterday, and I did try to just tell myself that, like, hey, we're just here to hang out, like, in the world of Pokopia. So, like, let's just do whatever attracts our attention. Let's just hang out, because that is, I think, the premise of, like, cozy games like that. So I don't know. There's a level on which, like, I want to do that for Genshin, but since I'm doing it on stream, like, I want to do stuff that's entertaining, that I have something to say, something about, and that's generally going to be the story. So, you know. I don't know. If I had infinite time and focus, I feel like I would enjoy putting thoughtful time into Genshin Impact. I don't know, keep it in mind for, I guess, when I am retired. Hopefully the game will still exist. I wish this game did not take so long to boot, though. I have figured out that in the game of, like, trying to convince myself to stop reading Reddit or watching YouTube videos, like, usually not shorts. They're still, like, 10-minute videos about trivia or things or whatnot. It's really helpful to have an activity that it's like there is almost no friction to say, no, I'm gonna go do that. Like, I think one of the advantages there's two advantages that scrolling has compared to everything else. One is, like, the potential for novelty with the perception of it being a social experience. So it's really easy to grab for, like, to get something that for me reads as being worthwhile, because it's potentially showing you something new and interesting, and also giving you the sense that, like, you're getting to talk to other people, even though at this point the way Reddit and YouTube work, like, you're not forming a relationship with anybody, so, like, the kind of interactions why I would want to have them, like, it's not meaningful. Like, I'm not gonna make new friends there. But the other thing I think is that it's incredibly low friction. Like, not only is it so easy to type the URL in, but, like, I've been doing it for, you know, a decade, 2 decades, or whatever. So, like, there's a muscle memory element to, like, typing YouTube in a way that, like, there isn't in Genshin, which is a newer hobby for me. But even, like, World of Warcraft, I feel like I don't, you know, open up the launcher and click play as frequently. I'm not as practiced. It's not just the thing that I do at this point. And so turning on games can be more difficult than scrolling. I really should think about the fact that I'm, like, streaming and at least put, like, something interesting on screen when I have to stop to ramble about my life. Nini-chan says, FYI, there's stairs on the other side of the mountain. Songwell says, remember, I don't know what I'm supposed to remember. She cuts off and continues, LOL, the phrase, there's stairs on the other side of the mountain feels emblematic of all the troubles in my life. She climbs the mountain from the top. She sees the stairs that were on the other side, so it goes. Alright, well, I feel like we'll go use the stairs then, as I am sure that is how we're supposed to approach this. Where are the stairs on the other side? Am I taking the long way? Are the stairs not on this? Oh, yeah, there are stairs. We will use the stairs the rest of the way up. Oh, we went up here once, didn't we? Or was it another place that looked like this? Okay. Press LB and the trigger. No? Oh no, I'm pushing the wrong. I'm doing it, but it's not doing it this time. I was holding left button and pushing X continuously, but it did not do anything. I'm not quite sure what... You can see it's activating sometimes. Oh, and then we right button thereafter. Okay, I didn't understand the instructions. I have figured it out, everybody. All right. That was not... That did not feel as intuitive as I think they thought it would feel. Songville was trying to help me out. She said, do you see the highlighting thing in the lower right? Inipion says you don't hold, you keep clicking. Songville says she doesn't know if it's relevant, but it's only lit sometimes. Yeah, eventually I figured out it was like I had to... left button and X holding it initially, and then I kept holding left button and I pushed right button, I think. I don't know. I did eventually figure it out, which is good. But... No! 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 I'm gonna miss the thing because I accidentally decided to dive bomb the earth. Alright. Oh, probably should not climb a Torii. That seems very disrespectful. Let us continue up the mountain. I think we have skipped some stairs again. I'm not sure, but we got a prize, so hopefully that's what I was supposed to do. Hi. Oh, I got stuff from the Tanuki. That was nice of him. The stairs don't seem to be doing so well here anymore. Good thing we can climb the wall. Ooh, happy fox. We must be nearing the top of the shrine. Douglas says, woo, dive bomb the earth. Beautiful. Hello, traveler from afar. Welcome to the Grand Narukami Shrine. If you encounter any trouble or just want to make a wish, feel free to come here for a fortune slip. May the Electro Archon bless you. Could you tell me more about this shrine? The Grand Narukami Shrine is a place for making offerings and performing ceremonial affairs. Everything here is done according to the will of Her Excellency, the Electro Archon. Lady Yae Miko is the head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine. She is in charge of everything here. But Lady Yae is very busy indeed, and she is also the boss of Yae Publishing House, so when she's not around, I take over some of her work. If you need any help from the shrine, feel free to ask me. Alright. Are we able to cleanse ourselves before we go in? We will pretend that we do so. We wash out our mouth, and we wash our hands.
Talk to the Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
Ah, we should grab this first.
What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Yes,
Thank you,
that'll
Nidhi.
do. Just a quick and simple cleanup job.
Is she a cow?
Huh,
Got
little one,
ears.
you're just in time.
Just in time for what?
Oh, look at you. I can tell you're thinking. Oh no, she's going to send me off on some pain-in-the-neck errand again, isn't she?
Otan says she is a fox, and Ninipion confirms. You know, that makes more sense. I think I just saw, like, a Gajinka one time with cow ears. And she's pink like Miltank from Pokemon, and so my brain was just like, she's a cow.
Don't worry. I was just going to say that we finished renovating the shrine and are preparing to roll out a brand new service. Now, I haven't had the chance to announce it yet, but here you are already. Wouldn't you agree that's good timing?
Wotan says there is a cowgirl in Genshin. I think we saw her. There was somebody named Helga who used to hang out and stream, and I think, like, Helga joined my world one time and was helping with stuff, and I think she brought, like, a brawler cow person. Nidipyon says, and she eats hamburgers. Well, sometimes you gotta show your dominance in unconventional ways.
See this offering box beside me? There's going to be another place to make wishes here soon.
Don't you already have fortune slips?
That's different. Fortune slips are about telling fortunes, whereas this is about making wishes. Now then, close your eyes, make a wish, write it down on a prayer plaque, then hang it up on this rack here, and maybe your wish will come true.
Can I wish for anything?
Of course. But as for which wishes come true, that is up to the gods who watch over us all. Powerless Guji that I am, I can only help you in mortal matters.
I'd like to be reunited with some old friends.
If that's what you wish for, then why not try it out? Here, take this fortune paper. It's left over from writing fortune slips. You can have it.
Is it gonna let me just pick a character?
Try writing your wish there. That might make it more likely to come true.
I really don't appreciate you touching me. Please stop.
When have I ever lied to you? Hurry up now, little one. It's time to make your wish.
Nidipyon
Remember
says...
to write your wish on the fortune paper, then stick it to the prayer plaque and hang it on the rack.
Nidipyon says, funny, we meet her on a side quest before meeting her officially for the first time in the story quest. Ah.
After that, your wish will be made.
Is this like a canonical way to request what character I want from the gachapals?
Yes, nice and solemn. Very good.
Are you sure this will work?
All right, little one, back to business with you. Remember to keep your ears pricked and your eyes open. After all, the person you wish to meet might just be sitting at some noodle stand, having themselves a lovely bowl. And bring me back one while you're at it.
Nidipyon says this is for a mechanic they added where you can find characters in the world and have short conversations with them. This is where you can request that certain characters show up. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, that's right. I was like, what does this have to do with the story? And it doesn't, because this is a random side quest. Alright. Can we do the actual quest now? Yes. Cool. That's so pretty, wow. This game makes me think that, like, when I do my bus build, I definitely should use, like, colors.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junior is so excited. She has a really striking presence.
Nipyon says, forget we just saw her because we're about to meet her for the first time. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, this game is just weird. It really has the same issue that, like, World of Warcraft does, where the order in which you're required to, like, interact with content or allowed to interact with content is very bizarre. And it feels like they don't, like, respect their own source material.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Well...
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai,
It must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself.
Wow.
Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness.
Sorry, I'm part of a group text with some family stuff, and I just need to pause for just a moment to reply. Alright, I'm back. It was rather shocking, and I'm a little bit... Holy frick. Okay. Everything is okay. I'm just surprised that somebody said something that they said.
As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths.
Alright, so when do we get to fight her in a boss fight and get rid of her? Because she's evil.
As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught.
I think, like, what's different for me about this story than the previous one is, like, in the first one, the deity was kind of neutral. And people were okay. And in the second one, like, the deities actually were nice people who were handling it. And the humans were just like, no, we're gonna do it ourselves now. I don't need you anymore, Dad. You know, and so, like, in those stories, I have a little bit of an issue with the way people were regarding the gods. But in this one, in this story, I'm 100% down. Like, let's kill a god. This is terrible. And, like, just the cool indifference with, like, I don't care if I break valuable people. I will preserve myself at the top. This is evil. This is evil.
Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Songvale wants me saying let's kill a god to be preserved as a quote for the year. Ninipion says, Mondstadt was we need our god, while Liyue was saying we don't need our god. Here it's God who hurts her people, and Sumeru contrasts it with people who hurt their god. Now that one's gonna make me really, really angry. I mean, this one's making me angry too. I don't like people with responsibilities towards other entities who do the opposite of their responsibility. That makes me very angry. I do just want to warn people as well, it does look like an ad break will be starting in the next 4 minutes here, so we will take a pause during that. I'm going to refill my hydration at that time. I have been drinking, even though no one's been telling me to drink, but it's empty now, so in 3 minutes when we go to ad break, I will refill my drink. It also could be a time in which I work on an RP post, but we'll see what happens.
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead.
I guess it really depends on how he handled these encounters as to whose side I'm on. I haven't been able to tell if he was particularly mean or callous about the way he did it.
When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Anzai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Where did he come? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Well, I guess he's decided he does want to see this person again.
Anzai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start?
God, I feel that.
If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
This is how it feels to be a teacher in current social climate.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days.
That is not what it feels like to teach my students. My students are very eager to just stay where they are and be super toxic. It's very difficult to encourage them to be otherwise.
I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands.
I have just realized that we are in ad break, so I'm going to pause the ongoing dialogue, just so that Ninipion and others do not have to miss it. I'm going to stand up and grab some water, and then I will be back and ready to go. We have a little bit more than 2 minutes here on our Be Right Back. Sometimes you overcarbonate things with your soda stream and you spray the water all over in the cupboard under the sink. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Everybody have some water. Inipion, while I was gone, said it was so strange when there's no sound. I'm sorry, I don't always know why it dips down. It seems like the music has come back, though, in the middle of the ad break. You also say she accidentally gave the Pokemon cards she wanted to keep, or some of the Pokemon cards you wanted to keep to the thrift store. No! You said luckily when you went in today they were put on the shelf. You had to buy them back, but you did get them back. I am glad that you got them back. Hopefully you did not have to pay too much money to get them. Oh, that would scare me. Sungwell says that first part is a nightmare, but she's glad they were still there. Yeah, that's actually kind of the story. It's similar. It rhymes with the story of the laptop that I'm using right now, where I bought the computer and then I thought something was wrong with it, so I returned it and got another one, and the second one was, like, way worse. Like, the screen wasn't as nice, and I realized that, like, the problem I thought the first one was having wasn't a problem. I just didn't recognize, like, the sound that it was making, but it actually was the sound that's fine for it to make. And luckily, I was able to get my original device back. And now we still have Windblade.
Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand.
I envy this teacher a lot.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again.
I'd never want to see you
But
again, but
I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
the Meikyo Shisui art disciples thank you, and the Shrine
even
Maiden,
though his
and return
ambition
home.
was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
I guess. I mean, it keeps the dojo going, but it doesn't do anything to resolve the fact that the man now has to live with, like, crippling apathetic depression.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
See you in a boss fight room.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you.
I'ma defeat her.
She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that.
She's evil.
We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Alright. I think there is a collectible somewhere nearby. I just have to figure out where. I see that kidda. Up the tree. Is it on top of the roof? Yes, there it is. Okay. Up the tree we go. We'll jump onto the roof. And we will take it from there. Ninnypion says, did you know at first people thought New Violette was evil and a woman? I can understand where some people might think he was evil just because of, like, how serious and severe he was. And I guess if you just saw, like, images of him and you weren't familiar with anime or, like, a certain era of men's fashion, that you might misunderstand. But I feel like anybody who's into, like, anime could tell you, no, that is just an elven dude. Although we could get into a whole gender conversation. I suppose if we wanted to. I don't. But about how, like, when you're a major spiritual entity, would there have been any reason for your, like, way of life or sense of selfhood to develop along gendered lines, which has a lot to do with things your species kind probably doesn't do? Or probably not, is my feeling, so I don't know. Ninnypion says the woman thing was before we saw him. Well, it probably wasn't his voice. Was it just the name? Like, people just thought because of the let part that it sounded feminine? What did they know about the character? That they were, like, how were they aware that he existed while not having seen him? Such that they assume, were they just like, I think there's gonna be a new character next patch and it's gonna be a woman. We're using this to go down quickly. And to make an entrance. Bam. Let me into your house. I thought, we have to go back in here, I, like, was speed reading this, And I thought the name of this Archon quest was The Immovable God and the Eternal Euthanasia. And I was like, oh my goodness, what does that mean? Ninipyan says, so it was when Nahida was released as a playable character. They had written a quote about her, and the quote was said by New Violette, which was the first mention of New Violette, so it wasn't even voiced. Oh, okay. Well, I think I understand where, some people might just assume the, like, E-T-T-E ending looks feminine. So I guess I can understand that. That probably makes the most sense out of any of it, to be misunderstood as feminine.
I'm sure the Kamisato clan will be fine.
I do think, like, the long hair and some of the, like, design of his clothes, I feel like some people would probably feel that it was feminine in a way, but, like, not the people that I would assume are actually the ones playing Genshin Impact. What am I missing here? I have to go up. I think I am distracted by the, Kira that I don't know how to get. Ninipyan says, it's funny because he's so genuinely not a bad guy for people who have assumed that. He's intimidating, though. And in charge of, like, a court system. So I feel like there are a number of things about his character and presentation that right now people don't feel comfortable with.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh? No.
Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
Ninipyan says he cries and he's awkward. So what you're saying is he's basically Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice.
I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
People can fundamentally misunderstand him, too. Ninipyan says people have said that, yes. Oh my goodness, really? Do you know what I'm talking about with Pride and Prejudice? Have you seen specifically the 2005 version or read the book? I think there's a 1995 version. I haven't been able to sit through all of that one. I don't like that one. Pride and Prejudice, like the first few times I watched it, I really enjoyed it. And then when someone pointed out how socially awkward Mr. Darcy was, and then I watched it again after that, now I can't unsee it. Like, he is incredibly awkward to the point where, like, the secondhand embarrassment and, like, also the hilarity of it is extremely distracting. Like, it's hard to view him as, like, a well put together, stern, and, like, standoffish nobleman, because it's really clear, at least in the 2005 movie, how freaking awkward he is. Ninipyan said, haven't seen or read any versions, but do have a general idea of him. You might have an inaccurate one, though. There was a really good article that Songvale found, which talked about how people, like, fundamentally misunderstand the character archetype that he is. So, like, a lot of people write characters, then they're like, it's Mr. Darcy, but, like, what they make is someone who is genuinely just a jerk, who's, like, incredibly rich and powerful, but somebody falls in love with him anyway, and, like, his dark moodiness is, like, that's what makes him Mr. Darcy. And, like, that's not the point of the character at all. The point of the character is actually that he's doing his best to do things that he thinks, based on the information he has, as a powerful person, to, like, help his friends and take care of the people he loves, but he's greatly misunderstood, like, the depth of the situations. And so the things that he does ultimately create a lot of, like, emotional harm for people caught in the crossfire. And then when he finds out the truth, he secretly tries to fix all of it, but he, like, tries to keep it a secret. He doesn't want any credit. He doesn't want it to be known that, like, he was involved in trying to fix these things. And so, like, he's actually, like, a heart of gold type character, but he's really awkward and introverted. And, like, most people miss all of that, and they just make, like, a moody, aloof, rich guy, and they're like, it's Mr. Darcy, and it's like, that's not what's good about Mr. Darcy. Ninipyan says, yeah, so New Violette is 100% Mr. Darcy. See? I like Darcy. I like New Violette. Ninipyan says 100% DNA match. Yeah. I would recommend the 2005 movie version with Keira Knightley. Maybe have the subtitles on, because they do speak in a little bit of like a historic way, and so it can be hard to catch all of their lines. But it's really entertaining, and then I was very much surprised. I read like the novel from the 1800s, and how much of the dialogue from that movie is just straight out of that book, but then also how incredibly like modern and readable it is for a book from the 1800s. It's quite good. Like, it's different. It doesn't have the same voice as like YA fiction from the 2020s. That's not really what I'm saying, but it's like, it's not like reading Shakespeare, and I understand it's not as old as Shakespeare, but it feels like the themes and the characters and the pacing are very, very modern. So yeah, I recommend it. It's good stuff. Nipion says we'll want to watch it with Nuviolet. He'll relate so much. Honestly, that would be so charming to like have Nuviolet watch this movie and be like, "No, I understand this man. He makes complete sense. I have deep sympathy for him." Like, most people are watching, probably most people watching are women, and they're like crying along with Lizzie, the main character. But Nuviolet the whole time is just like, "No. I mean, she's important, but Darcy is really, really suffering here." That would be a good, like, comic setup. Like, just a series of comments with Nuviolet reacting to various scenes in the movie. The damage done by losing a vision can't be completely undone. We need to do something.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Alright then.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
Hope that they can be free from their torment.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure.
I do.
It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
Let's kill a god.
You will? Really?
Absolutely. Where is she? But you must keep the promise that you made me.
Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Kamisato, Ayaka, and Toma take us once again to the Komore tea house.
Well, here we are again.
It's always such a pleasure. Remember when they tried to kill me twice? Oh, how we laughed and laughed. Except I wasn't laughing. Under the circumstances, I've been shockingly nice. Wrong game? Wrong game.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
Sungwo says, why was I singing that? They started it. He said, well, here we are again.
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
Yeah. Yep, and those questions are... let's see. Is no one else fighting this Vision Hunt decree?
The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt decree is something that has no implications whatsoever.
Something weird is going on with her sleeve. I think it's like making part of her clothes invisible or something.
After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sango no Miya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt decree.
What kind of god is this Raiden Shogun?
The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling.
Yikes. Have you raised a formal objection to her Vision Hunt decree?
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt decree.
Well, I guess it's possible that it's not actually the god that's evil, but I think the god's bad news here.
Ooh, Paimon has a question though.
No.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
In the wise words.
So what are we gonna do?
In the wise words of Jane, of the Serenity in the show Firefly, here's a plan I've been working on. Why don't we shoot her first?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Must have been where Venti went.
The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who is providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryo Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu.
No. It is only right that he should be saved too.
Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt.
So you're offloading that job to me, huh?
By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
All right. To find my way out. The house is quite large. Hinipyeon says Yoimiya. Hello, Toma.
Hey, all finished? I've been keeping watch, and I'm happy to report that everything is fine and dandy.
That's good. Alright, let's take a look at all the stuff that we have checked out here. Not sure what it wanted me to look at. Thank you for giving me stuff, though. Can't get any farther with that until we go to see... Oh, what's her name? Catherine? Catherine. Just have to ignore that one for right now. Right. Onwards we go. A flower blooms in a prison. We are 96... I think it's meters, but my brain initially parsed this as miles away. Or, sorry, minutes away. So we'd have to wait a long time for that to work out for us. Oh, guards involved. Not good.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the trouble.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt Decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can we?
Let's move.
Psst. Hey, wait. Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way.
He looks like that character from Legends Arceus, a Pokemon game.
What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and watch for a moment. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision! Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here, take it.
I don't know if it would be wise to display your vision in the current context of this country, but...
Wise choice. All right, let's go.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him after losing it?
I would wager...
This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
I would wager that potentially he doesn't. I don't know that it's common knowledge that you develop depression afterwards.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
So the vision they took was fake.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya. Sorry about that. Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you. Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it. Ugh.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu? Huh? Do you guys know him too?
Miss Kamisato mentioned his name, and we were just on our way to rescue him.
You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently. But if I just marched straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble. So, what about if I join you instead? Sure, welcome to the team. Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have meant you. Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in. Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person on our team. Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Mr. Masakatsu. We're on our way. Time to break him out!
Alright, we've got about 20 minutes left today, but I think we can get a little farther in the story here.
How can I improve this?
To maximize our time, though, I will... Well, I guess we don't need to teleport. I thought teleporting would help, but it seems like we're actually not that far away from where we need to be. Like, the meter distance is long, but there was not really a meaningful teleport that would get us closer to it. Don't know why it decided to change what our tracking objective was there. That was kind of rude. It is fascinating how the police just did not stop me from coming back here, but working good for us. Alright, we have a little bit of something to fight. And this will probably be the last thing we do today. Boss fight at the end, but sadly not of the... So.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined.
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back.
I feel like the fireworks vendor is not going to be amazing at stealth.
You sure? Alright then. Just be careful not to get caught.
Yes, you too.
Talk about a big door. It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Alright, let's see what we can do.
Show me what you've got.
Oh, okay. I guess we are going to have to actually fight.
To ashes! Let me leave you a verse.
This seemed like being water, whatever the water plus the electro is together, it seems to work really, really well.
I need to train harder.
Alright. I don't like the looks of these three in the painting. They do not seem friendly. Onwards and upwards, rather literally. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get some healing. Oh. Did that not work? Well, that was a waste, it seems like. At least we can get a little bit of healing. I'm surprised it just did not work at all. Although maybe Beto's health has increased, so maybe it was just a big heal on someone back in the party. Ooh. A trap.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it.
The trick was just asking for it to open.
Than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
I guess they are too smart to move away from the statue, but it would be really convenient if they
I'm
left.
lost.
Disappear!
I was a little concerned that we would end up being under-leveled, but it seems like actually everything's okay. Oh, I wonder if I could have used the statue right away.
Brace yourselves.
That would have been good.
Quick!
Don't hold back.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
I dare you. Show me what you've got. Show me what you've got.
Wind blade!
I'm a little bit more pinned back than I would like to be. It's a little hard to see what's going on.
Soldiers, quick!
is to take out the ones that are who are closest to not being able to do any more damage.
Take this with the wind!
Hopefully it picks up more than one. It only got one of them. Oops, that's not quite what I wanted to happen.
Don't be scared.
Allow me to strike first. I won't forget this.
Eyes on me!
Alright, we are a little slower than probably would be ideal, but we are going to finish this one. That is good for us.
I need to train harder. I've been infested.
And chest for us. What would be really helpful is some kind of heal. Grab some heals here real quick. Alright, that worked very well. Got some healing root vegetables. Honestly, the little bunny plushie reminds me of Chikorita. Photon says, OMG, she finally landed on the 20,000 Neopoints spot of Wheel of Excitement. Congratulations! Are you back on Neopets? I have not been, but I go up every now and then.
Comma shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there.
No. Climb the ladder, please.
Teach me a lesson. Show me what you've got. I dare you.
We're gonna deactivate this armor.
Watch your step.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Don't hold back.
Are we being the most amazing play in the world? No. But, you know, as I've said every stream, that's not why you're here, is it? Most of you are here because you're my friends. So I don't have to be competent in any
Show
way,
me
shape,
what
or
you've
form.
got.
Oops. I'm going to die.
Don't be scared.
I dare you. Don't hold back. Watch your step. Show me what you've got.
Well, I'm trying to bop around and get some healing, but I think what's going to happen is I'm going to faint.
You have it.
I'm not doing amazing at reading the tells. I think you can tell how many action games I haven't played.
You.
As I'm just not good at perceiving, like, oh, they're about to move, this is where I should run, versus where I can, like, keep attacking. I get it sometimes, but I don't get it all the time.
Show me what you've got.
It definitely helps me when there's, like, a verbal alert.
Train harder.
Where's the
Brace
other
yourself.
one? I'm pretty sure there's still one. Okay. Is this one always still at full health?
Power that ended
Don't
Hydon.
hold back.
Rain outlines your fate. Time to act.
Oh, he's stuck.
Clear cut.
That wasn't the button I wanted.
Uglay, you're up.
Heal me. Thank you. Why is there no music? It's making this weird.
Allow me to strike first. Show me what you've got.
Stay put.
good thing none of this was timed, folks. I have to say.
Train harder.
But it is also good that I remember to just go turn this off right away, because can you imagine how much longer that would have taken if I didn't debuff them? That was brutal. Bojan says she went on a whim back to Neopets because one of her friends started replaying after her bunny passed, and she got an email about the Altador Cup, so she was like, dang, I should play because I always want to participate, but you forget. When has the Altador Cup already started? And also, does Yu Ball work this year? I actually really like the Yu Ball game. How do I go down? Kind of bright in my apartment right now, so I'm having a little bit of a difficult time seeing things in this fairly dark game space. Bye. Oh, more down, okay. Alright, we've got all three. And now we just need to get to the door. Open door. I'm gonna avoid actually interacting with any of the guards. And they will not stop me, apparently. Also, I think it's amazing that I just get to decide to move the door. It's not like a... Oh, it is a puzzle. Okay. Well, hopefully we shut him behind it. That looks like Gallywix. That one looks less like Gallywix, but the other angle looked like Gallywix.
Shh! Quick! Hide! Look over there.
Botan says no, it starts at 29th. I'm actually gonna be able to do Altador Cup then. What team did you join?
That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
No!
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
We have to come up with a way to escape.
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
I think Kazuha mentioned her before.
Make way, let me have a look at him.
I like the mask.
I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Good.
Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
I'm glad that she seems to potentially have some ethics.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Just to be clear there, she was like, quick hide, and I clicked next because, you know, the pacing of the moment was like, go, go, go. And nothing happened, so that was not my failure to maintain the pace. Blind is for sure if we don't do something.
Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe more than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know.
Nice work.
I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to...
Grand finale, eh?
Whoa!
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
I'm beginning to think this wasn't only intended as a distraction.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Alright, let's go get him.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute! Oh.
You were over there watching us this whole time, weren't you?
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well, you can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Thanks.
Leave this place.
I keep thinking that my user ID in the bottom right corner is like my phone number. And it keeps surprising me. And then I realize, wait, that has very little resemblance to my phone number whatsoever. Alright, we did that. We will head on out of here. And now, as I'm being told, ads will start in 4 minutes. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Whew. We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu.
And, oops, nope.
Good thing we were able to rescue him.
Luck was on our side that time, but we really have a lot of thanks to give to that person.
Right, Kujasara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt Decree, of course. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
Alright, and that is where we will leave it for today until next week. Next week's Genshin stream, I think right now, tentatively, I'm going to move it to a morning-ish for me slot, so similar to the time that this had been previously, but on Friday, is what I think I'm going to do. So, there you go. If you want to hang out for Genshin, it will now be on Fridays, as my normal employment has me working mornings, Monday through Thursday, and then long day on Thursday. So I'm not able to do streaming, but we will continue Genshin. It just will be on Fridays. Thank you for the wave, Photon. Have a good day. And thank you for telling me about Ultra Cup. You didn't tell me what team you're going to play on. Please let me know. I don't know what team I'm going to play on. I guess I will go and see, like, which one has the best art, I guess. Like, which one has the best character designs that I like. I think, historically, I've used to join Merido, and I joined Fairyland one time. Photon says she's going to do Lost Desert. Alright, well, what drew you to Lost Desert? Why Lost Desert? What did you find in the Lost Desert? Photon says she likes the desert themes. Fair enough. It is pretty cool. Or, you know, I guess it's not cool, it's a desert. At night, it's kind of cool. Photon says she wants the avatar. Oh, is there an avatar that you get for, like, each team? Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at the avatars then. Alright, well thank you everyone for hanging out today. I will see you next week. Photon says Altador avatars, as you recall. Okay, well I'll have to see if there's different avatars for being on different teams. Maybe I will have to do some streaming of the Altador Cup. I wonder if there's like a wealth of people who long to watch Neopet streams. There was a YouTuber I found specifically because he was like playing through the Flash games as much as he could before Flash was depreciated, but then also he would do other things on the site, and it was pretty entertaining. He doesn't do it anymore after Flash was depreciated a number of years ago, but I still like some of the videos he posts. Photon says there are a few Neopets VTubers. Ooh. I'll have to look into that. But at any rate, I am gonna let the stream play the ads. Those will start in 8 seconds. I will see you all next week, and thanks for coming in. Bye, everybody. I'm waving, but you can't see.